when the Republican Party departed from traditional conservatism into demonizing the government as an institution and saying the most important thing you can do is to cut taxes and attack government, America's has been dominated by them. We had 8 years and they had 20. 12 on one side of me and 8 on the other until President Obama was elected. Now, during that time, the conservatives produced 20 deficits, quadrupled the debt before I took office and doubled it again when I left. And I produced 4 of my budgets were surpluses, and I paid down $600 billion on the debt. In other words, it's not what it seems. But they had a heck of a campaign. Now, in 1994, I lost to Congress because I took on all this and the National Rifle Association besides on guns. And our party raised a lot of money, but we gave it out to our individual members of Congress because we did not know you could have a national campaign in a non-presidential year. We have known that since '94. In '98, we ran a national campaign and we won. First time since 1822 in the 6th year of a presidency. In 2002, we lost, but President Bush was at 80% after 9/11. We didn't lose much. 2006, we won the Congress back. In 2010, for reasons I will never understand, the Democrats reverted to the strategy of 1994, raised $1.6 billion, and didn't spend even 10% of it to tell the American people what they had done, what they intended to do, and what the differences was. So basically, we had no national message, and they did. It was amplified by Rush Limbaugh, it was amplified by Fox, it was amplified by their paid ads, and I don't blame them. I am not criticizing the Republicans. They're in business to beat us. I'm criticizing my party. We had no national message, so our losses were roughly twice as great as they needed to be, and it's gotten everybody discouraged and thinking of the polarization. Here's what I think is going to happen. There'll be skirmishing. And the conservatives in the Tea Party movement will probably try to force the president and the Democrats to accept basically the obliteration of the future budget of the federal government and our obligations to the world through the AIDS program and other things, or they'll say we won't vote to raise the debt limit. And then one side or the other will blink, or they both will, and then we'll get through that, and then we'll fight some more. And then if we're lucky, it'll be like it was with Newt Gingrich and me and Bob Dole, and we'll start working together and do good things for America. But we're going to have to put up with a little blood on the floor and a little uncertainty and a little both sides playing chicken for a while. And I don't really know how it's going to come out, but since I believe that most of these people genuinely love their country, even the ones that totally disagree with me, I have to believe that in the end we'll find a way to work together and to move the country forward. Therefore, I think the president did the right thing in the State of the Union address, not to say some of the things I just said to you, and instead just to be positive and try to keep pushing the ball forward. That's not his job. He did the right thing. I don't know how it's going to come out, but my gut is that a lot of these people that got elected, these new members, they may not have a lot of experience. They may actually believe a lot of what they said that I believe is factually untrue, but they are smart, they are vigorous, they are convicted, and they are energetic, and I think they love their country, so I believe in the end we'll find a way through this. But we have got to stop having these I listened to a zillion debates about health care, and nobody in the press ever said, well, what about the cost of continuing the status quo? We're spending 17.2% of our income on health care, and none of our nearest competitors are closer than 10.5%. The next most expensive system in the world is right here in Switzerland at 11.5%, because your population is older, and as you see, the reason we're loving Davos is there are certain distributional challenges to bringing health care to remote alpine villages. But if you look at the big countries, you've got Canada at 10.5%, Germany at 10%, France at 10%, the UK at 9.5%, Japan at 9%. We are spotting our competitors $1 trillion a year, and nobody even talked about it in the last election. So What I want to do is be a nag on both sides and just get people to get back into the fact-based world and then work through their challenges. We'll be fine if we do.